I actually, in today's class, I want to focus on a vocabulary acquisition. يعني إزاي تكتسب معاني الكلمات من خلال الفوكاب نفسه. And most importantly, how to study vocabulary in context. Are you following?
Yeah.
Perfect. And you can see the PowerPoint now, right?
Still.
You cannot see the PowerPoint?
No.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
Awesome. So vocabulary in context is about understanding the words and hunting them down. Again, this could happen by using the clues around the words. So what do I mean by this? Vocabulary in context means vocabulary like the words you see in the textbooks, in the passages, and in context like how those words relate to other words around them. How can we hunt the meaning from this? And there is a very important equation that you need to consider, which is if you have better vocabulary skills, this will lead to better comprehension. You will understand what you read in a better way, and then this will lead to improving your grades, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So what are these clues, or how does it work, the idea of vocabulary in context? So when you think about it, when writers write textbooks, novels, articles in newspapers and magazines, they actually leave context clues. And again, as a reader, you need to understand these clues, hunt them down, so you can get the meaning of words you have never encountered before. So today I'm going to focus on 4 main types of context clues. These 4 are rewording the word, giving it synonym, giving its antonym, and maybe giving us details about the word. So the first clue is rewording. Sometimes writers think readers will not understand a specific word, and so they are going to say the word in another way, an easier way for us to understand. So if you look at this example, can you tell me what the word resentment means? What do you think the word resentment means?
A feeling of it.
Perfect. So in this sentence, a feeling of bitterness and anger is actually the definition of the word resentment. Now, this is rewording because the writer put it between 2 commas, right? So what we see here is this is some extra information to tell us the meaning of resentment. And so the sentence can perfectly read, resentment is often felt by people who are passed over for promotions. But sometimes writers will make it much easier for us, to understand the meaning of resentment. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what we did, what you did. If you look at the sentence closely, you will get its meaning, which is already there between two commas. Now, sometimes the writers, instead of using two commas, can use two dashes, remember? Two dashes are used
Yeah.
to kind of provide some extra information or unnecessary information. What do you think the word
Yeah.
in this sentence, what do you think the word dilapidated mean? What does the word dilapidated mean?
Uh, uh,
Perfect. The word means old and run down. And as you can see, there are two commas that encapsulate the meaning of the word dilapidated.
Yes.
The second context clue the writer can give is the synonym. So a synonym is a word with similar meaning to the word we don't know. It's not the exact meaning, but it's like a similar meaning. Remember, on the SAT, your job is not to translate. Your job is to understand. So,
Yeah.
in this example, the word aloof might sound unfamiliar, but if you read the whole sentence, the young girl was very aloof. She always seemed unsociable, unapproachable, and uninterested. When you think about it, you might not know the meaning of the word aloof, but if you look at the next sentence, unsociable, unapproachable, uninterested, basically, these are synonyms to the word aloof. Okay? So unsociable, unapproachable, and uninterested. And that's the meaning of aloof. So the three words in red are synonyms of the word aloof. Okay, can you give it a try? What do you think the word altercate means?
Uh,
Altercate.
dispute.
Exactly. So to altercate means dispute, to fight over something. Exactly. So we can say that altercate and dispute are synonymous. They are synonyms of each other. It means they are close in meaning. And altercate means to fight. The third context clues you may find in the passage to figure out the meaning of an unfamiliar word is, these are the antonyms. Now, we're going to talk about this after the context clues. But if you think about the word antonyms, it means opposite. It's like antibiotic. So anti means like against or opposite. And antonym, obviously, antonym is the opposite of synonym. So the antonym is when the writers use a word with opposite meaning to give us hints about the word that they don't think we will know, right? So if we look at an example, Diana appeared to be a very moral and upstanding young lady, but those who knew her knew that she was iniquitous. What do you think the word iniquitous means?
Moral and opposite. Hello?
Yes. So iniquitous means the opposite of moral and upstanding. And you can tell
Yes.
there is a sign here. There is a signal. The signal is the word but. So last time we were talking about transitions or linkers or words that have a specific function. So but here is a linker. We call it, it's one of the fanboys, and it shows contrast between the two parts of the sentence. The first part says, she's moral. The second part says, in reality, she's iniquitous, which means immoral. So there is a word here that shows this, like the word appeared. So if something appears to be something, it means it's not its reality, right? So if I look at you and say, you appear to be tired, you might not be tired, but you might be a little bit sad.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when you think about it, if we try to find those clues, I can tell that the word but says the two parts of the sentence are opposite or represent opposite points of view about Diana. So we can tell that iniquitous means the opposite of moral and upstanding. Okay, would you like to give it a try?
Going opposite of going. Going.
What do you think koi means? It is actually true, the opposite of outgoing. So when you think about it, David was very outgoing. What does it mean, outgoing? Sociable, you know, likes to meet others and interact with them. And again, as opposed to is like the opposite of outgoing. So coy is the opposite of outgoing. So coy means shy or, you know, doesn't like doesn't like to interact with others. Good job. So we call these hint words or linkers. And the following context clues are details about the word. What can we tell about the word itself? So sometimes the writer will use details as context clues when they give us like explanations why something happens, or examples. So what is an example of this? And from these explanations, these examples, these descriptions, details, we can try to figure out the word that we don't really know. So remember, details can be examples of the unknown word, can tell us why the unknown word has taken place, and that would be an explanation. Details also can be how the word relates to other things the author has stated. So let's see an example. Can you read the sentence and guess what the word ecstatic means? What does the word ecstatic mean?
Ecstatic.
When you say somebody is ecstatic, what does that mean?
Happy for happy. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I'm there.
Excited. Happy for them.
Yes, so ecstatic does actually mean happy or more of excited, but both are similar. So you can figure out its meaning. But here is my question. Did you know the meaning of the word ecstatic before?
No.
And that's my point. You can see words that you have never seen before, but then from the context itself, you can actually figure out what these words mean. All right? So just as you said, ecstatic must mean the same as happy. Okay, why don't you give it a try here?
Started.
What does expeditious mean?
Excited. Excited.
Yes.
Excited.
So expeditious
No.
means like more of in a hurry or something,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
when you think about it, like it gives you details about how he was acting. When he left the school building, for
Yeah.
example, he ran through the halls, jumped in his car, and sped off.
Yeah.
So this is what I mean by details, how kind of he behaved. So today, we were talking about four context clues or four main types of context clues, rewording the word, giving it synonym, giving its antonym, and giving details about it. So when you think about it, I like to call these four DARS. Can you tell me what the acronym DARS mean? What does the acronym DARS mean? Yes, D for details, A for antonym, R for rewording, and S for
Yeah.
synonym.
Synonym.
Perfect. So let's do some practice now. I'm gonna show you a sentence, and there is a word in red that I'd like you to tell me what do you think it means and what type of context clue is being used in the sentence.
Okay.
So all right. So what do you think the word modish means?
Uh, 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 but Good, good.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's
Okay. Nice. Very nice.
perfect job. So modish means stylish, a la mode, fashionable. What type of context clue is being used here? When you think about it, there is the word but, and there is the antonym totally out of style. So basically, that would be an antonym. The context clue is an antonym, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about this one?
Not being able to
What?
not being able to sleep at night.
Yes. So insomnia means not being able to sleep at night, and that's basically rewarding. Practice 3.
That is okay.
What savor is like the taste of something. And obviously, the context clue here is details. So it had a hint of spices balanced with the perfect amount of sweetness. Good job. Practice 4.
Uh, for
Okay. Torrid is like in a hurry. And just, sorry, torrid means very hot.
yeah.
And if you look at it, the day had proven to be very torrid. Before the sun had even risen, it was already hot outside. So basically, that's a synonym. Practice 5. What does raiment
The
mean?
object of a
What?
and what the
Yeah, it's like clothes, and basically you can see the word the finest where. So these
yeah.
are the two words where and the finest are connected to raiment. So obviously, raiment is something that they wear, a specific, um, you know, type of clothes. Good job.
Yes.
Practice 6.
Uh, Hello.
Solitude means alone, yes. And what type of context clue is used here? It's actually an antonym because though signals that the two parts of the sentence are opposite. Though is one of the subordinating conjunctions. And yes. So